I'm about to call me a Uber.
You can't call an Uber. The vandal.
I don't know if they running or not.
No, you can't.
Here again with another loadout video. This one is with ice DPS, and I will reset and do an ice tank build as well. With this loadout is one I've used for as far back as I started the character. As you can tell, it's pretty low character, but it's one of those ones I play on when I'm trying to have some downtime. Alright, so first things first. Loadout. You got Wintry Tempest, which is your dot, and your AoE damage. Also inflicts Frostbite, which, as you can tell by the additional damage outputs, that it'll all be dealing with Frostbite. Then you got Frost Snap, which is an additional damage, it's a burst damage. You got Cold Snap, which is through first DOT, which is a damage over time effect, which is also if a frostbitten enemy, frostbitten enemies take additional damage, meaning, you know, Wintry Tempest. As long as that out, this one and this one and this one over here and this one over here will all take damage. This is the only one that would not be increased or decreased because of not having frostbitten enemy. What this one does, you know, it's a damage over time, which definitely helps. You got your another burst damage, which also juggles the enemies, knocking them backwards. Depends on your dominance, if you can actually juggle them or not. Blasting enemies, Arctic Gust, which is your main damage output. And then you got your Frost Blast, which is another single damage, a burst damage, which actually not only hits one target, but it can hit up to multiple targets. Arctic Gust, it depends on, you know, how the game likes you or not, if you can hit multiple enemies. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. That one's unpredictable. And then you got your skill points. It's typical. One in the weapon, one in the movement, one in the iconics, which this is for me just in case if I go to, you know, into a fight and I need a little extra push to stay alive. I have that. And then skill points, which is I got the 1 in superpower, 20, 40, and then 5. Mainly I wouldn't do that, but for the fact of the video, this is pretty much going to get me from getting yelled at, oh, you don't have all your crit chances and your crit damage. I normally would only run 10 into these two here, and then put the rest into here. That's just me. And then it's just a left to right loadout. So you start at the beginning. Follow it in with another one of these, and there you be. That's a left to right loadout for somebody with only 60 plus skill points and 145 CR. That's not bad. And it's pretty much a left to right loadout. And then when you get to the back two here, your R2 square and R2 triangle, and two, the first four are reset, you mainly would just focus on doing your R2 square, R2 triangle combo back and forth. So you would go from left to right. When that's done, you would hit this one. You go into your blast. And you just could be just repeat, rinse and repeat. And if you've seen right there at the end there, I was able to hit for 11k even at 145 CR. So it's not a bad thing. It's actually one of the best loadouts I've actually came up with a long time ago, before AMs. Okay, now what I'm going to do is teach you how to use it as a tank, which is going to cause me to respec. Glad I have my stuff saved, and I just got to find where I put my respec machine. Doesn't look like I have one out. hold on. Oh, right there. Stupidity strike me. Alright, now I already have the loadout ready, so all I gotta do is that. Now skill points. Okay, loadout first. Loadout, you got your single pull, which is your distance pull. This one will help you pull in enemies from a very long distance and help you get them right on you. You got your first shield. It's not the greatest, but it works. You got your second shield, which is actually the strongest shield you got. You got your group breakout, and it's also a shield. So you got a 3-run shield. Then you got your secondary pull, which is a 360 pull. If any enemies are within range of it, it'll pull them in, which is a good one to have. And of course you got a heal there as well. Not the one I use, because I haven't been able to go down and actually get the one I use, because this is exactly what I normally would be running. Loadout. This is the heal I use. Because I didn't set my skills yet, as you've seen, I wouldn't have the actual heal. This is the heal I use because you can use it multiple times throughout the bar. This one's 2,500 versus this one, which is 5,000. So if you think about the number of differential, 25 goes into 50 2 times. Meaning I can use that 2 times, and only use that once in the 5,000. So it's a good thing to, good trade-off. Weapon, with this, I would say just get your main weapon attack abilities. No martial art, masteries or anything like that for now, because you basically don't need it. But for, you know, old time's sake, I tend to run martial art mastery, which I do on all my tanks. If you looked at my last video, on my rage video, I was running mastery as well, and I said you can do this with 60 plus skill points, or with 60 skill points, which in this video will actually show that in action. That you can actually run a tank in action with a full mastery bar. And as you see right there, 38 skill points still working. And I still had one into my movement. I would grab that, and that. Okay. So, as we see, iconics. There's only one in there. Skimming. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in here. See, 3, 6, 7 of overall. So 7 plus 6 plus your movement. Weapon, you got your mastery, both sets. Then you would go down to here, and you would go to the middle, which is the hybrid. And as an ice tank, you don't get no heals. So mainly what you're going to focus on is putting in 10 here, 10 here, and that leaves you 10 left. But as you remember, I have 8, so that only leaves me technically 2 to put in down here. Well, actually right here. Leaves me 2 to throw into here. So that's a 60 skill point ice tank. But it still gives me all the aspects of typical tanking. I can pull, I can shield, and I can, you know, multi-pull. Mainly as an ice tank, you'd be blocking. Alright, well, I'll be putting out more loadout videos, but that's pretty much the most in-depth you can get with ice tank, ice DPS. You have a wonderful day. Catch you in the next one.
Yeah, I'm about to call me a Uber.
You can't call an Uber. They banned the Uber.
I don't know if they running or not.
No, you can't.